A Lifetime of Learning by Robyn Schiralli of Miranda, 2228. Narrated by Janine Penfold. I had always valued my mother's wisdom, with a stronger respect being forged as I entered my senior years. My identity had strengthened, and I felt proud to have the label of senior bestowed upon me. Perhaps it was because I had witnessed the love and respect that my mother received from our family and friends. I knew, however, that it was far more than this. It was her wealth of experience during her 93 years lived that made her the obvious sounding board for the family to seek out for her opinion and advice. I felt privileged to be able to gain her perception of her journey through life and the valuable lessons she had learnt along the way. As I opened the topic of her learnedness, she looked bemused. She was a humble lady, born during the post-Great Depression period, and without the benefit of a tertiary qualification. Her scholarship was not something that could be studied in an academic sense. It was an innate quality attained through life experience. "I had never thought of myself as learned," she explained. "In fact, aging has taught me that we can learn something valuable from every generation." Her assertion encouraged me to explore her philosophy further. However, she had other ideas. She cleverly turned the interview back to me, which supported my view of her as insightful. There was a note of cheekiness in her voice as she questioned what life lessons I had learnt during my almost 70 years. Her tactic of promoting self-reflection opened the door to my recollection of a myriad of experiences. I responded that I had learnt too many to quantify, but more importantly, life and aging had taught me that as long as I am open to change and new experiences, I will continue to be the beneficiary of life's lessons. Together we explored our life journeys, and it was her vision which impressed me the most, illuminated by the fact that she saw value in every experience, irrespective of the age at which we experience it, and regardless of the desired outcome. She explained to me that sometimes a negative outcome was the impetus for her to strive for a better result next time. She saw this as a positive lesson learnt. Just as her own aging had defined her, she spoke of how her parents' life journey had shaped her formative years. Lessons were learnt from an early age as to the importance of the family unit, and she would take this knowledge into her adult years. We acknowledged that aging did not come without inhibitors to the way in which we tackled tasks. Despite the restrictions of decreased mobility and less than perfect hearing, my mother took on new hobbies which were not overly reliant on these motor and sensory skills. She was able to enjoy crosswords and broaden her repertoire of book reading, both of which had the dual benefit of enjoyment and maintaining mental health and brain power. Adaptability and resilience were traits that she had learnt through her aging process. She was now able to put these qualities into practice in her senior years. As we continued our journey of reflection, I found it easy to be buoyed by her attitude to aging. For every barrier which aging presented her with, she found a way to overcome it or to accept its limitations. I secretly wondered if her ability to make the best of a situation, albeit not a perfect one, had happened more because of the aging process and the life experience it had afforded her than despite her increasing years. The positive light that was being shone on the aging process highlighted the significant value of senior citizens in the community. There was just one final question that I needed to pose to my mother. It was a question that would encapsulate the whole topic of our conversation. I wanted to know the one gem of advice she would give to her younger self. "That's simple," she said without hesitation. I would not allow barriers to dampen my spirits, nor would I turn away from attempting things in life purely because of a few failed attempts. This is exactly how we learn. It was this attitude of endeavouring to live our lives to the full in order to learn life's lessons that had been so important to her. An immeasurable aspect of the ageing process is the knowledge that is garnered over the years. It is this knowledge that allows us to make informed decisions based on lessons learned and life experiences. When we think of ageing, we automatically think of society's seniors. However, from the moment of birth, we begin to age. Life has shown that each generation affords the value or benefit of their own life experience. The most valuable life lesson we can take from the ageing process is that we continue to have new experiences throughout life. And whether they be positive or negative, they define our personalities. Ageing and life lessons are to be celebrated. The end.